divorced my high school sweetheart after 5 years of marriage and 4 babies. And I recently started dating. And let me tell you something that I've noticed we do. Myself and several of my friends have gotten out of either marriages or long-term relationships that were abusive, either physically, emotionally, verbally, toxic. Maybe the partner didn't hold their weight, whatever. I'm not just speaking to my experience. And I've noticed something, that we start dating and we meet someone and they're doing the bare minimum.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from the Modern King titled "Man Immediately Divorces His Wife After Catching This on Video." Let's jump into it.
If you want to destroy a culture, let young women be the influencers to set the culture. And I know you're not supposed to say that, and now I used to be on the internet, but it's true. If you want to have a ruined culture, let the youngest, least mature women have the highest influence. And that's the world that we live in. We live in a day that beats men down. It doesn't build them up. It teaches women to be independent, not in love, live a life separated from God and from their father and from their husband, and the result is misery.
Young women are incredibly easy to manipulate, unfortunately. They're also prone to being emotionally unhinged, and they can be easily fooled with dreams of getting their princess, quote-unquote, lifestyle, and it always ends in disaster for everyone.
So let me get this straight. So many modern-day women think that they're the prize because basically they're a functioning adult and they pay their bills. Like, congratulations for paying your electric bill. I guess that means you deserve princess treatment. Meanwhile, these women are ill-mannered, don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to take constructive criticism, they only know how to focus on negative behaviors instead of positive behaviors, they have unhealed trauma that they constantly project onto other people, they're selfish and entitled and expect everyone to cater to them while they give nothing in return.
That's what's so insane. These women think that their mere presence is enough to build a man up to impossible levels, but not only will they actually just be doing nothing, they will get furious if they are expected to do anything at all.
They have poor time management, they don't have any priorities in place, they don't know how to focus, they don't know what they really want in life, which is why they dabble in everything and sleep around. They prefer negative attention rather than no attention at all. Their idea of positive friendships is how many followers they have, and their reputation online is more important than who they are in real life. Dismissive to anybody's feelings or opinions if it doesn't validate them. They bully people while simultaneously preaching women empowerment, but yet they have so much to bring to the table because they're a functioning adult and they pay their bills. Make that make sense.
It's not supposed to make any sense. Modern women have been led to believe that their existence is the most important thing on the planet and that men must offer everything just to be around them, which of course is completely ridiculous.
Already asleep, so she doesn't even know I'm gone, and I get home before she gets up. Yeah. So she has no idea that I'm gone. Mike does. I've left a couple times and he's been awake out in the backyard, and he's woken up. I've come home and he's awake, and he's in the garage or something like that, so I know he knows I'm still gone when he wakes up. Right. He hasn't asked or said anything. It's none of his business what I do. None. No. I'm not going to tell him. He doesn't need to know. And
the fact that she's openly willing to talk about this out loud in such a disrespectful tone just really shows how little she actually cares about her entire family, just so long as she can have her fun.
For any of his business, you're Tracy's.
right.
And even that's none of his business.
Right. Like, he doesn't need to know where I'm going. None. Like, I leave the house all the time. Like, because I'll go and see Anthony, and like during the week I'll just go over to his house and say hi. I'll only be over there for like 40 minutes and then I'll come home or whatever. But I just leave.
It's weird how these women are so proud over the fact that they have no problem cheating on their husbands, and she's acting like it's none of his business that she's betraying their marriage with her terrible actions.
Okay, so this is something that I honestly been pondering on actually for a few years now. I remember what the Bible said about women and you know, like the evil spirit, what the Bible says about the Jezebel spirit, and you know, things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do, the paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years looking a kid.
It's insane how modern women have been encouraged to become some of the worst people possible. They'll lie to men, use them to take care of kids that aren't his, and then blame him when things implode.
In the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation, how good men get stomped out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil. Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it.
Honestly, the real victims of modern women, obviously, outside of men, that is, are essentially just children. If she does wrong by her own flesh and blood, then she's telling that child that she cares more about herself than her own kid. Absolutely disgusting.
Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that, are usually the worst, because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it.
It's rare to see a woman not only admit that women act this way, but also know that it's inappropriate to do so and will fight against it. Good for her if she's being honest here.
And so I really just think most women are naturally evil, period. I just think they're evil. And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the daggers. You just feel that demonic spirit. Women are evil. I don't care what nobody say. Women are untrustworthy, deceitful, demonic beings. I said what I said.
Women love to rally behind the sisterhood as if they have each other's backs, but they will backstab each other the second they can actually just get something out of it. It's pretty disturbing.
I divorced my high school sweetheart after 5 years of marriage and 4 babies, and I recently started dating, and let me tell you something that I've noticed we do. Myself and several of my friends have gotten out of either marriages or long-term relationships that were abusive, either physically, emotionally, verbally, toxic. Maybe the partner didn't hold their weight, whatever. I'm not just speaking to my experience. And I've noticed something, that we start dating and we meet someone and they're doing the bare minimum and we think it's everything.
You have to appreciate the irony of a modern woman who divorced the father of her children and then turns around to complain that men aren't doing the bare minimum, when she couldn't even do the bare minimum to keep her marriage working.
This is another narrative that's just getting old. Like, how the does it take you 5 years, but not only 5 years, okay, you're kind of dumb, you're naive, you don't know any better, but 4 children? So he was toxic and abusive and all of these things for 5 years, and you still decided to pop out 4 children with him. Like, make that make sense. Like, is it one of those situations where you think that a baby is going to make the relationship better?
She only realized that the man was toxic and abusive when she realized that she could get a huge payday for pretending to see things that were never happening in the first place.
But then what gets me is you literally tell on yourselves, because then you say you have a bunch of friends that are going through the same thing or have been through the same thing. And what do you think that is? Y'all are in each other's ears talking about how miserable you all are. One person will say, oh, my husband's manipulative. So what does that do? You start to think, oh, maybe my husband is manipulative too. So you start seeing him as a liar, a cheater, doesn't tell the truth, is a horrible person, because all of your friends are also in your ear.
These women have no problem sabotaging each other's marriages. Modern women are oftentimes miserable, and if there's one thing we know about miserable women, they sure do love their company.
But not only that, is your friends, once they become single, will then make you think that the grass is greener on the other side. So you all end up divorced, miserable, and unhappy, supposedly because of a toxic relationship. If it's so toxic, then why did you have 4 children? Why didn't you stop at 1 child? Because you knew long before you had baby 2, 3, and 4 that he was toxic. And then y'all get online and talk about the bare minimum this and the bare minimum that, and the dating scene sucks, but what have you actually done to heal yourself other than break up your family and talk on the internet?
It's also interesting how this woman claims that she and her ex were high school sweethearts before getting married. It should have given her an idea if he was toxic before she decided to have kids with him.
Like, really? And the funny thing about it is you're gonna actually expect somebody else who's not the father of your children to take on 4 kids willingly. Like, what delusional world are y'all living in? And if he has kids of his own, guess what? You end up with like 6 kids. Like, it's just freaking wild to continuously come on the internet and talk about how abusive somebody is when you chose to have 4 children with him. You have friends that are divorced and miserable, and y'all are doing the same, expecting a different result. Okay, bye.
It's honestly asking too much for a man to accept a single mother in his life. Taking on such a huge financial liability for a woman who could leave him for literally any reason is unfair to the guy, and that is just the tip of the iceberg.
Pick up your hand and hit a man, and the man gives you exactly the same thing back. Don't be surprised that you're on the floor and he wasn't. He's a man.
Do you think it's okay for a man to hit a woman?
It's never okay. It's never okay. However, there are some situations where I could see how it got there, but it shouldn't get there because you should be able to walk away. You should have the gumption to walk away. However, as a woman, the moment you lift up your hand and box a man, to me, is fair game.
Nobody should be attacking anybody, but modern women feel like they've been given a pass to be able to be as cruel and as violent to men as they want, but they will cry the second a man defends himself from the attack.
If I take up my hand and punch my man in the eye and he does that back, how dare I say anything?
But he's got more strength.
Why did you hit him then? So the same logic that told you that he's got more strength is the same logic that should say, I should put my hands down here. Because if I hit him and he hits me back,
But
I might sleep.
hitting the man, like, come on, they can hold it.
No.
That's what I'm just doing. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Okay, but why should
That's
he have
it, even
to
though you're
hold
not the
it?
devil.
Definitely. Why should he have to?
No, but some would say that.
These women know that men are stronger than them, but at the same time, they also feel like they have the right to assault men without any form of repercussion. That's a dangerous attitude to have.
They make cans of pickles so hard to open. Like, it's almost impossible to get the damn can opener on the top of the freaking pickle can. But I have a solution for you. I realized this tool is a multi-tool, right? So instead of trying to do this or, you know, trying to get it around the lip, it's freaking impossible. It drives me nuts. But you see this? I had no idea that this was for pickle cans. Watch.
This woman is trying to own men by opening her own jar as if men even care in the first place. But even when she's trying to prove that she doesn't need a man, she's also proving that she has no idea how basic kitchen appliances actually work.
You gotta get it just right. You have to just give it a minute, get it right on the lip, and it will come right off. You just camera on the lip. Look. And then it's just so stupid. I pour them just into these because there's no way to get the top back on. So I just pour them back into these, and then it just makes it easier every time you open after that. So follow me for some more tips and tricks.
Men have it rough in today's world, honestly, but despite all of the hate that comes towards us, we can rest easy knowing that no matter how bad things get, at least we can open our own jars without looking like incompetent idiots. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.